Dr. April here, talking about the Unit 2 overview. This unit has two parts. Unit 2.1, which discusses reading to write, and Unit 2.2, which just discusses how and why writers draft. Let's get into it. As I said, this unit has two parts. The reading to write is the first section, and how and why do writers draft is the second section. In both of these moves of the course, we're going to read some essays related to each topic, and your task for each unit part will be to write a paper that uses these readings to develop one central claim of your choosing. In unit part 2.1, reading to write, we're going to read 6 essays. As you read these essays, you're going to want to annotate different moments that talk about how and why writers read both the work of others and their own work. For the reading to write paper, there's really two arguments that a lot of students make. One discusses how writers read to get inspiration for their own writing. The other discusses how writers read their own writing to revise. The goal of this unit part, the reading to write unit, is to determine how to use 2 of these essays to discuss one way that writers read and why they use this way of reading. As with your profile essay, your reading to write paper is going to be revised inside the class. You're going to submit a draft and a final, but you will be able to revise after the final and resubmit by our last day of class. That's optional. Possible claims for this paper could include why writers read so much and how that reading helps them with their writing, the benefits that writers get from reading everything that they can, the reason that writers read when they're preparing to write, and the ways that writers read their own writing when revising. Any one of these 4 claims could be used in your paper. You want to think of your claim as a clear statement about why and how writers read. The due dates for this assignment are listed in D2L and the syllabus, and the minimum word count is 1,000 words. In the reading to write unit, you're going to complete several discussion posts. Each of these discussion posts should be formatted as a short paper. They should have multiple paragraphs and respond to a specific reading in Unit 2.1, or 2 readings, depending on the prompt. Those prompts are available in the syllabus and on the D2L news items. You want to use these discussion posts to craft your kind of purpose statement for your paper. Each discussion post has a specific way that I'm asking you to think about how and why writers read. You'll pull quotations from the articles and essays that you're reading to develop your answer or claim. And the goal of each discussion is to practice with the structure and purpose that you'll be using in your final essays. These discussion posts can be revised into your Unit 2.1 paper. Due dates for all your discussion posts are available on D2L and in the syllabus, and each discussion post should include a word count, and that word count should be 300 words minimum. For Unit 2, the entire unit, there is a Writing Center requirement. In order to get your credit for this requirement, you need to work with a tutor for at least 55 minutes. You can work on brainstorming for one of your Unit 2 discussion posts or for your paper. You can work on getting feedback on your paper or your discussion posts. And you can work on any of the readings, like understanding those readings. To get your credit, you want to submit a Writing Center reflection to the Dropbox by the day your Unit 2.2 paper is due. So see the syllabus and the D2L calendar. Some contact information for the Writing Center is at the bottom of this slide. And just remember that you can visit for your Unit 2.1 or Unit 2.2 projects. And that can be your paper, discussion posts, or readings. In Unit Part 2.2, you're going to look at how and why writers draft. Possible claims for this paper could include writers write messy drafts to figure out what they want to say. Writers productively procrastinate so that they can passively brainstorm ideas for their writing. Or by doing blank, writers are able to blank by taking walks and playing their Game Boy, writers are able to get their mind in a place that they need to be in to start writing. Your second paper, your second paper in this unit part, as with the first one, asks you to use the essays that you're reading in this part of the unit to make an argument. And that argument for this part will be how and why writers draft in the ways that they describe. All of your due dates for this assignment are available on D2L and in the syllabus, and it should be 1,000 words minimum, and please include a word count. As with your Unit 2.1 paper, this paper can be revised and resubmitted after the final has been graded, and that resubmission deadline is the last date of our class. For the discussion post for the How and Why Writers Draft, Part 2.2, you want to do similar things to what you did for Unit 2.1. Every discussion should be a short paper. You want to use the reading to develop one central claim. You want to have multiple paragraphs. Each discussion should make a claim about how and why writers draft and use quotations from the article that you're reading for that week or that discussion to develop that answer or claim. The due dates and assignment prompts are available on D2L and in the syllabus, and these will be 300 words minimum. In this unit part, you're also going to complete a draft activity. After you've handed in your how and why writers draft, the first draft of that paper, I will take a look and I'll assign you one of two activities. You'll either complete the Padlet skeleton or the cut and paste template. There are videos and walkthrough guides for each of these activities within Unit 2.2, and the due dates, as with everything, are available in the syllabus and in our news items. You can check out those videos at any time. And like I said, in your feedback to your draft, I will be assigning you one of these two activities. Just a reminder that Unit 2 does have a Writing Center requirement. For Unit 1, it was optional and extra credit. For this unit, you have to visit once. Any visits over that one required visit could yield extra credit if you submit a Writing Center reflection to the drop box for each visit. There is a drop box for the Writing Center for Unit 2. You'll find that within Unit 2 or by clicking Assignments and then Dropbox. If you have any questions about Unit 2, where we're going to talk about reading to write and how and why writers draft, feel free to visit office hours, which are Monday and Wednesday from 11 to 12 within our class, communications and then Zoom meetings, or shoot me an email at april.sikorsky@brazosport.edu. Thanks.